with the lights?
Yeah, turn off the lights. Yeah. Just a little bit more up on me. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see, presentation. Let's see, presentation. Let's see, I'm gonna do presentation right now. Baskin. Right, Professor Baskin. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's a PDF.
yeah, I put it on PDF for Google Slides. I use Google Slides to put on PDF, by the way. It's kind of
I'm
amazing.
just gonna have to zoom in because this doesn't have it unless you
Okay, I can go back to Google Slide, by the way. Let me check.
Will be downloaded to the desktop.
yeah, download. That's what's wait, no.
That little
Just
download
press
button.
just download it
Okay.
and see if it might open in Adobe.
Let's see.
And just press save.
Yes.
All right, now go here.
Okay. Sure.
Go to downloads. Oh, there we go.
All right, thank you very much.
Click it, and then
All right, this one.
the 2 hours. There we go.
This.
Yeah, there we go.
You lit.
Thank you very much.
All right, give it up for Project, please.
All right, sweet. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Osai Gabadia, which is in Master 100. And today's digital presentation that I chose for my topic is electric vehicles. Besides using technology or iPods or iPad devices, I chose a topic that can be really similar to what I've learned more about the vehicles that will be the next generation of driving. So without further ado, let's start the presentation. So, introduction to electric vehicles. Electric vehicles' growth and development in recent years are the combination of the factors of technological, economic, and societal factors, which are the three that represents the electric vehicles. It's like knowing about a charging station that involves lots of cars that will be charging for next generation of centuries. And now it's time for the technological factors. So according to the technological factors of electric vehicles, we have investment in battery technology, charging infrastructure, and software and connectivity. For the advancement in battery technology, we have the most critical technological factor is battery technology improvement. Lithium-ion batteries have become more energy dense, longer lasting, and cost effective. This procedure increased the range and reduced the cost of electric vehicles. For the charging infrastructure, there is the growth of fast charging stations that make it more convenient to recharge vehicles. And finally, software and connectivity. Electric vehicles are fully equipped with advanced software and connectivity features like remote monitoring. These features enhance the appeals of electric vehicles. As you see on the left, it's just like an image of electric vehicles. Better than like vehicles that are not going to gas stations anymore. They charge these electric vehicles at maybe in a revel or maybe at home, even if they have electric vehicles at their own home or garages. Now, the economic factors of electric vehicles includes government incentives, lower operating costs, TCO, or in a long name, total cost of ownership, and economies of scale. For the government incentives, many governments offer financial incentives that include tax credits, rebates, and reduced registration fees, making electric vehicles more affordable for consumers. The lower operating costs means electric vehicles are more energy efficiency, require less maintenance, fewer moving parts, and lower electricity prices. The total cost of ownership, or TCO for short, the total cost of electric vehicles ownership is favorable because this includes factors like fuel savings and reduced maintenance of costs. Finally, there is economies of scale, which has more major automakers that have invested heavily in electric vehicle technology, leading to cost reduction in batteries and vehicle production, which is really going to be expanding more often in the near future. Now, for the societal factors of electric vehicles, includes environmental awareness, which means electric vehicles produce zero tailpipe emissions, making them a more environmentally friendly choice. Urbanization also includes with electric vehicles, especially electric buses and taxis. They offer a solution to reduce emissions in densely populated areas better than cars that have lots of smokes. For the consumer precipitation, celebrities and influential individuals embrace electric vehicles. This action has contributed to a shift in consumer preferences. the regulatory pressure, that means many countries introduce mandates for automakers to produce a certain percentage of zero-emission vehicles. And finally, advocacy and awareness campaigns. That means the environmental organizations are raising awareness about the benefits of electric vehicles that are like making it more expandable. So that way humans to switch to vehicles that are like less electric and not more gas to the prices. Now, according to the adoption rate, we have global adoption, variation by region, and consumer acceptance. For a global adoption of electric vehicles, the adoption of EVs have been steadily increasing worldwide. The variation by region, which includes the adoption rate, varies by region and by factors such as government incentives, charging infrastructure development, and consumer preferences. For the consumer acceptance of electric vehicles has grown as more models become available, offering longer ranges with improved charging infrastructure. Environmental concerns and lower operating costs have also contributed to adoption. As you can see, this is like a graph of the EV market share in the United States only, but not around the world. The more percentage it increases, then the less the years of what we hear right now. We're in the year 2023, and soon when electric vehicles expand more, that means the percentage of electric vehicles will be expanding to all the humans to like ride on these vehicles, and then it'll be more productive to like, you know, get it, ride it, and to charge it, and to ride it for just for where you want to go. Now, the market growth of electric vehicles, expanding EV market. The electric vehicle market has been experiencing rapid growth, with many automakers investing heavily in electric vehicle development and production. Recognized automakers like the people at Tesla, Nissan, and BMW are joined by new entrants or new vehicle owners like Rivian, Lucid Motors, and NIO. For the diverse product offerings, the market has seen a range of electric vehicle options, including electric cars, SUVs, trucks, and even electric bicycles and scooters. So that way it will be like, you know, upgraded it to that. And finally, investment in infrastructure. Charging infrastructure is increasing to support the growing electric vehicle market. As you can see, this is like a graph from Grand View Research. When the electric vehicles expand more to the national American market to 37.2%, that means more Americans, like humans who are like 60 years or older who get their driver's license, will technically buy electric vehicles. Or if not, then I say they can switch to buying vehicles that are not electric, but sometimes a little bit more gas. Now, for the challenges of electric vehicles includes the range anxiety, which means some potential electric vehicle buyers are worried about running out of battery power before finding a charging station. The costs, EVs typically had a higher upfront cost when compared to traditional internal combustion engine, or ICE vehicles for short. And battery technology, which means more improvements are needed to increase energy density, reduce costs, and extend battery life. Which is kind of like important to know about questioning yourself. How much does the electric vehicle cost? How will the electric vehicle last? And how long will the battery continue with electric vehicles in the near future? You can just ask that yourself, or ask anyone who learned about electric vehicles more often. And so, to this conclusion of my topic about electric vehicles, the advancement of technology, economic incentives, and social toll factors have influenced the production of EVs. Electric mobility is likely to continue to accelerate more optimally, so that way, the more people buy electric vehicles, the less it will be replacing lots of vehicles that we drive, including with gases that are like creating some, burning fossil fuels in America and around the world. So, of course, these are some of the sites I have. This is all the works that I've cited online, and if you want to learn more about it, you can just check out the website. But I'm not done yet. I still have a YouTube video of me recording a short video of how the electric vehicles has their own charging station at the Brooklyn Children's Museum. So if I can find that on YouTube, that can be really helpful. All right, here it is, right here. Some of the cars that are charging right now instead of like going to gas stations.
So they're what by gas station?
At the Brooklyn Children's Museum.
Okay.
So I guess that's it. Thank you. All right.
Any questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, raise your hand. Okay, go ahead.
The fact that you recorded that video, not gonna lie, it makes me nervous because like, what if like that car gets overcharged and then I don't know, something like it explodes or something?
Okay, you say. Okay, say that question again one more time.
Like the fact that the car is charging, like how long does it take? And if it does it like overcharges, would it like explode basically?
Not quite. I mean, if it's overcharged, then you have to check the battery percentage. You have to check the battery percentage of your electric vehicle. So that way, if it's overcharged, then it's at 1%. But it will not. It's not gonna like overbust. I mean, you have to check it. If you check if it's charged, then you just remove it and then you just go. Yeah.
And another thing, like I was watching a YouTube video. There was a certain segment that this girl did. She talked about like there's nothing wrong with electric vehicles, but she wished that people would take limousines when it comes to like proms and homecoming, because she realizes that people been using that type of like electronic cars to ride with them just to go to like prom and homecoming basically.
Are you talking about are you talking about a young girl who's like taking a limousine that is electric?
No, like she was talking about like her like thoughts on like electric like cars such as that and so forth, and like non like electric cars basically.
Oh, electric car. Are you saying that she's taking a car? It's like taking a car. Is she taking an electric vehicle or an ordinary car with gas?
Neither. Like she's basically like giving her like she was basically giving her opinion in the video about it basically.
Oh, I never watched a video before. If I had the time, I can just learn more about it. Yeah, but if it helps answer your question, then that's good. If not, then I have to move on.
All right, so I got two questions for you.
Go
My
on.
first question is, what do you think gonna happen to like people who don't want to get with this electric wave and they want to keep driving their gas cars when it's time for the whole,
Universe in the near future. Well, it's their decision. The people have their own decision. They have their own opinions about electric vehicles if they saw it in the news or article. So I'm just gonna say that it's their decision if they want to drive on electric vehicles. If they're not ready for it, then they can just ride with they could just keep their vehicle and just ride it with gas more often. So that way they can save more gas. But even if they don't have the money to earn more if they earn more money, then maybe they can just keep their car or just switch to a car monthly. And anything else?
Yeah, my second question is like ethical reasons, like the car driving by itself, and it's crashing, does that stuff happen often?
Well, it's
Like, how safe are these vehicles actually?
How safe are these vehicles? I'd say these vehicles can be a little bit more. It's like more safe. It's like more safe.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's more safe, more often. And if I got read or watch more videos about it, about how long these other vehicles have died more often or expired or anything else, yeah, I could go with that. That was good.
So my question is, so recently I think I saw something on the news, I read an article where Mayor Adams is attempting to take a whole bunch of parking spots within the 5 boroughs and make it strictly, yeah, it's strictly for electric vehicles. That's not really a question, I'm just saying.
A comment, right?
But to Steven's point, yes, like what would happen?
I mean, like when they forcing us, like, oh,
Yes,
we're not
because
making gas
essentially-
no more, like.
Right, essentially it is, yes, we do have a choice, but I feel like they wouldn't totally obliterate cars because of oil.
Okay.
That would be the saving
Makes too
grace.
much money.
Oil is insane, like they would make way too much money
Okay.
off of oil. And we literally went to war over oil. Like,
Oil.
so, I don't, and they have control, and there's still pipelines in the country that they're trying to like build, that they're trying to like, what's that, fracking, the natural gases and stuff. So, yeah, do you think that, like based off of your research and what you've read, first, is there anything that you didn't know that you now know? That's number one. And number two, do you think that the push would be for electric cars in the future?
Electric cars in the future.
Electric vehicles.
Yeah, electric vehicles. And they're gonna, like, the electric vehicles are gonna be pushed all the way into the future more oftenly. So I guess
So
that's
that's a yes.
yeah, that's gonna be a yes. It's gonna happen.
And what did you learn that you didn't know before your research?
What I didn't learn is that even though electric vehicles may not have to deal with overcharging it or burning or stuff, so the fact of the matter is that I think I learned more about electric vehicles even though I learned it from the news or YouTube, even though.
Well, what did you learn that you didn't know before? What exactly? One like interesting fact.
Yeah, what's interesting fact? How electric vehicles will last will last, or how electric vehicles will have their battery.
You're asking me if I'm asking you that?
Okay.
I'm asking you, based like from your research, what about electric vehicles did you learn that you didn't really know before? Like as far as, you know, any special features, any, you know, models that were supposed to come out that never came out, or anything?
Even though it has to do with the models, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
anything.
any models. I mentioned about Nissan, I mentioned about Lucid Motors, and of course Tesla, and all the other vehicles. But
Nissan has an electric car?
yeah, even if they do. Yeah, but it's based on the brands, you know? Someday when these brands are gonna be electric, even though we're charging gas and batteries, then it can happen, you know? Someday.
Oh, I
it
see
can
it.
be
Actually, you're really right. That is.
Yeah, there are lots of vehicles that
That car costs $56,000.
it's like expensive, and if you're not ready to buy an electric vehicle, then don't. Just don't. You don't force to. You're not gonna like force to buy an electric vehicle. So if you have your own vehicle with gas, fossil fuels in it, just drive with it. That's it. Yeah. But if you're ready to buy an electric vehicle, then maybe you have to learn more. You can just find more information online.
Is Tesla the only one with the self-driving capability?
Well, there's more brands like Lucid Motors and IMO.
I'm okay.
Yeah, and much more brands too. Someday when they switch to vehicles that have gas, they'll switch to electric vehicles that have more battery life. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, one more question.
Go.
Kind of weird, but like, I don't really know how they work. Like when I see people on YouTube sleeping, and the shit is on the highway, like it will literally take you home, all the way home.
I think you can get arrested for that.
Well, the only thing is, like,
Yeah, I
it's
think
like
you can-
Like, can you sleep and then
If
wake
you're
up at your
sleeping.
front door?
No, you can't. You're supposed to be. You
No,
can
but
use.
can a car do that?
It's like a
Like, can you literally tell it, take me home and sleep the whole trip
You
home?
trust a car to drive you home by itself? To
And wake up and you at your front door. Can you do that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
I don't
surprised.
like doing that.
I also like on what
Yo,
she
Tesla.
said. This reminds me of the incident that happened. That actually happened in a different state.
Mhm.
So the girl and her prom date, you know, they was on their way home for prom, but like,
In electric.
The
yeah,
Tesla. Wasn't it the Tesla that hit them?
yeah. And basically, I guess like the car was like basically self-drive or something, and out of nowhere, another vehicle came by and hit them.
That's
Basically,
wild. That's
You.
wild.
Oh, you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Any other questions?
Well, at least I did the best of answering your questions. It was helpful. So, yeah. So, that's it. So, thank you,
You have one
everyone.
more question, you have one more
Go ahead.
Question, basically going off what you were saying about how they got hit or whatever.
Yeah.
My uncle, he rented a Tesla and he did like this self-drive and it drove by itself, but when it comes to like a stoplight, it doesn't stop. So he had to like
Oh.
stop it himself.
Oh my god. Maybe if a self-driving electric vehicle may just like run a stoplight like that, even if it didn't stop, maybe you could just like refer to the manual of electric vehicles. If it like handles it to like stops, that way it just follow the the rules and regulations of self-driving lawfully. Yeah, which is kind of amazing. If refer to a manual and then you could just learn about controlling the feature of the car, even if you want to put it in self-driving mode, just make sure you do that before you leave, before you drive it, or else it could become a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it.
Alright, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I really think we only have time for one more. It is 3:21.